All right, thanks, Peter. So the first case example indeed brings us to Italy, in the north part of Italy, where we work with Gruppo CAP, a water and wastewater utility in the Milan region and surroundings. We help them in optimizing the disinfection, their disinfection unit. So the goal there was to ensure optimal disinfectant usage by finding the optimal dosing location of the disinfectant, of the chemical. So this is the one that you see here on the bottom is the initial configuration of the disinfection unit, this inlet channel where the flow enters in this direction, and then there is an L-shaped configuration with a mixer before the flow splits in these two channels, channel 1 and channel 2. In their current or initial configuration, the dosing point was located here in this corner, in this purple dot. And there we wanted to see if that was an optimal location already, or we could optimize the dosing point. Then it's time for a small quiz. So we would like to ask you which lane do you think is the chemical going to take in this current configuration of the chemical point? Yeah, let's make an effort to do a CFD simulation in our mind. So is it going to be mainly in channel 1 or in channel 2, or is it going to be 50-50? Let's give it some more seconds. Okay, yeah, it's the audience think that 41% of the audience thinks that 30% is going to channel 1 and 70% to channel 2. And yeah, it's an equal split because 40% also think that it's going 70% in channel 1 and 30% in channel 2. So there is a bit of division. But yeah, let's see. We'll see in the next couple of slides the answer to this question. All right, so we started with this initial configuration of the dosing point location, and then we tested many other configurations, so many other dosing points. And here on the right, you see the final improved configuration where the dosing point is placed a bit upstream in the first inlet channel. And we also included there another mixer to enhance the mixing already in the first part of the channel. So let's look at the results. So here you see the 3D representation of the chemical concentration. It's a mass fraction, so it's basically the local fraction divided by the desired fraction. So optimally, ideally, we would aim for the green, which means that the ratio is 1. As you can see in the initial configuration, despite the presence of this mixer, most of the chemical is going to channel 1, so it's almost 100% going to channel 1, and it's very little disinfectant is going to the second channel, channel 2. With the improved situation, we can see that this is much, it's very nicely improved. So it's green in both channels, which means that the split, the chemical split between the two channels is very close to the ideal situation. So in this case, Gruppo CAP could achieve several benefits from this study. So they could save up to 50% of the disinfectant dose with the improved configuration, which also led to increasing the disinfection potential by 20% in the removal of Escherichia coli. And basically, they could test virtually, so in CFD, many configuration and avoid costly and risky on-field, on-site testing. So this was a first simple case, let's say, a one-phase model, so with only liquid phase or water phase involved. But in the water industry, we know that there are many other case examples, more complex, which also involves, for example, gas or bubble raising, for example, in aeration, oxygen transfer, and so on. So here we would like to make clear that the CFD can be really tailored to any specific case study, any specific type of system, regardless of the type of design, regardless of the type of process involved, so the kinetics involved, and regardless of the type of water matrix. So basically, depending on the type of reactor, type of water matrix, and kinetics involved, we can address all of this in the CFD, going to multi-phase model, even to CFD combined with kinetics. And this is a practical example of what I just mentioned. In this slide, you see this is a bioreactor where we can visualize in time. So it's a transient simulation. We can visualize the concentration of variables like ammonia concentration, dissolved oxygen in the bioreactor, nitrate or N2O in the liquid and in the gas phase. This gives you an idea of the local concentration of your variables and also over time. So this is really the power of the CFD combined with kinetics. I cannot go into details of this slide, but we presented more in detail this case in a previous webinar on the CFD, on the application of CFD biokinetics in the water industry. So we invite you to watch the recording on our YouTube channel.